here is the Writer's Almanac for Monday, May the 25th, 2020. Memorial Day, which became a holiday after the Civil War to honor the Union and Confederate soldiers who died in battle. The day was chosen by Union General John Logan, May 30th, specifically because it was not the anniversary of any particular battle. But in 1968, Congress passed the Uniform Holidays Act, made Memorial Day the last Monday in May to allow for a 3-day weekend. The Veterans of Foreign Wars was opposed to that change. They believe that people have lost sight of the original meaning of the holiday, and it's become a holiday for families to remember anyone they have lost and to lay flowers at grave sites, or to go shopping, or to barbecue, or to watch the Indianapolis 500. Some people visit the graves of favorite authors. Ernest Hemingway, buried in the municipal cemetery in Ketchum, Idaho. Fans have been known to leave bottles of liquor and pennies at Hemingway's grave. F. Scott Fitzgerald, buried with his wife Zelda in Rockville, Maryland at St. Mary's Cemetery. Fans have left packs of cigarettes, martini glasses, and gin bottles. John Keats, buried in Rome, under an epitaph he wrote himself. He was discouraged by harsh criticism of his long poem Endymion, and as he lay dying of tuberculosis, he wrote his own epitaph, "Here lies one whose name was writ on water." Oscar Wilde was so taken with Keats and his grave in Rome that he wrote an essay about it and also a sonnet with the lines, "Thy name was writ in water, it shall stand, and tears like mine will keep thy memory green." It's the birthday of the writer who said, "Live in the sunshine, swim the sea, drink the wild air. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm." Ralph Waldo Emerson, born Boston, 1803, came from a family of Unitarian ministers, went off to Harvard Divinity School, was ordained, got married, he was happy, became senior pastor of a Unitarian church in Boston, and 2 years after he got married, his wife Ellen died of tuberculosis at the age of 19. Emerson was devastated, began to have doubts about the church, took a leave of absence, went on vacation in the mountains of New Hampshire, and by the time he returned, he decided to resign. Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said, "Finish every day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. You shall begin it serenely and with too high a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense." Here's a poem for today by Ted Kooser, "A Rainy Morning." A young woman in a wheelchair wearing a black nylon poncho spattered with rain is pushing herself through the morning. You have seen how pianists sometimes bend forward to strike the keys, then lift their hands, draw back to rest, then lean again to strike just as the chord fades. Such is the way this woman strikes at the wheels, then lifts her long white fingers, letting them float, then bends again to strike, just as the chair slows, as if into a silence. So expertly she plays the chords of this difficult music she has mastered, her wet face beautiful in its concentration, while the wind turns the pages of rain. A Rainy Morning by Ted Kooser, from his collection Delights and Shadows. That's the Writer's Almanac for May the 25th, funded by donations from listeners like you, now available on PRX for distribution by your local radio station. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.